Hello. Hi. It's me again. I'm back. And it's been a while. I apologize. When I said that I was going to try and record something once a week and maintain that for the duration of my course, I definitely underestimated how much I would be doing when I got here. I have been so busy, so tired, so preoccupied with all these new experiences that I've been going through and all these new people that I've been meeting and spending time with. And of course, all the studying and learning that I've been doing as well. I underestimated it all, and it's resulted in me not really being consistent with these videos despite me saying that I would. Um, and so, for that, I apologize. However, with that being said, I would like to get back into doing these regularly. I just need to. I guess I just need to set myself like a reminder, maybe like a schedule. Um, I don't know. Maybe at the weekend, I spend like an hour before I go to bed or whenever. I mean, maybe I do it in the morning. I don't know. But I just need to choose a time and a day and stick to it, I think, if I'm going to actually do this. Um, but I don't think that would happen. I mean, I'm just being realistic here. I don't think I would do that until after Christmas. Because I feel like I've already kind of messed it up. And I haven't been doing one a week like I said I would. And so, because of that, I think waiting until after Christmas, waiting until the new year, give myself a clean slate and I can start fresh. I would still be uploading these videos to the same playlist, same channel, but I would be doing it consistently, or at least I hope so. That's the plan. So, yeah. Once Christmas has passed and we're in the new year, I will make it my goal for next year to record at least something once a week. Yeah, that that's. I'm not going to make it a promise because I don't want to break a promise, but I will strongly consider doing that. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I have been busy. I feel like I have started these audio logs the exact same way since I moved here. And it always, I feel like I'm always just saying the same sort of things. I'm busy, or, blah, blah, blah. It's overwhelming, blah, 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 whatever. But I mean, it is true, to be fair. A lot is happening, a lot has already happened, and I expect a lot more to happen. And I'm just doing my best to keep on top of all of it. I'm trying my best to balance study and socializing, and to be honest, that could be improved because I do feel a little behind in my studies. yeah, I don't know. Just life is happening right now. And before, when I was at home, life wasn't happening. I wasn't doing anything on a day-to-day basis. I was waking up. I was I fell into a very uneventful, mundane routine. And I didn't have anything to wake up for. I didn't, um, I had no real priorities or responsibilities, except for Luna, but that's slightly different. Um, so yeah, I mean, so much has changed. And now I have, like, it's completely flipped. And I have things that I need to do. I have people that I need to see. I have, so much stuff going on right now. It's it's a challenge to keep up with it all, which is why these audio logs have been so sporadic. But here we are. So I suppose I should probably talk a little bit about what has happened. To be honest, I don't remember the last time or when I last uploaded something. So I'm quickly going to check that while I'm. Oh, it was 3 weeks ago. Okay. My apologies. Yeah. 3 weeks ago. I'm sorry. I can't possibly remember everything that's happened in the past 3 weeks. But I can pick out a few things that are memorable, I suppose. So okay, 3 weeks ago. Today's the 18th of November. So 3 weeks ago, we were still in October. Towards the end of October, obviously it was Halloween. I didn't do anything for Halloween, but I was well, I was able to spend some time with some friends carving pumpkins, which was nice. I didn't actually take any pictures of them, but other people did, so someone has them. But that was a nice thing to do. We went onto the rooftop of this building, because this building has a rooftop space with tables and benches and pretty fairy lights, and it's actually really nice up there. And so we went up there and carved pumpkins for Halloween. Yeah, and then what else? Well, I've been going to the climbing gym regularly. I've been trying to go twice a week, and I have. I, so far, I've gone 6 times, I believe. I went twice last week. I'm planning on going on Wednesday, and probably again, maybe like Friday or at the weekend. But yeah, the climbing stuff is really. I've really been enjoying it, actually. I'm really happy that I have gotten myself into like a regular form of exercise, and I do genuinely feel like I'm getting stronger physically, which is exactly what I wanted. It was one of my goals when I got here. I wanted to kind of figure out my diet, and alongside that, I wanted to get into doing regular exercise so that I could, get into better shape. And I feel like that is working. I'm doing like daily stretches in the morning. almost like yoga, I suppose. I do have a yoga mat, which I don't know if I have. Okay, so I have a yoga mat. I don't think I told this story last time because I don't think I had it last time. But basically, long story short, I went out searching for climbing shoes and a yoga mat one day, and I walked around the town centre looking for, well, the city centre, looking in different sports shops for those two specific things. I didn't find any climbing shoes, which I kind of expected, but I was surprised that I only came across, well, to be fair, oh my god, the yoga mat. I was surprised at how few sports shops had yoga mats, until I came across this one shop, which was a shop aimed at women and like women's clothing. But I thought I may as well ask to see if they have a yoga mat, and they did. Also, I love how I said at the start of this, long story short, and I've turned it into a long story anyway. Basically, I was swindled. I was forced into a purchase, and I ended up spending a considerable amount of money on this yoga mat. And yeah, wasn't very happy about it, but not really much I could do. But anyway, yeah, so I have a yoga mat now, and so I use it for like daily stretches and yoga and stuff. And then I do that before I go climbing. And I haven't yet purchased a membership to the climbing gym, but I have bought one of their like other ways to access the gym facilities. I'm not going to bother explaining it, but basically it was a cheaper way of getting in, and it worked for me. So that's about it, really. But yeah, the climbing gym, the climbing specifically, has been going well. I have noticed an improvement in my abilities over the weeks. I can see physical like changes as well, mainly in my forearms. So yeah, I'm really happy about all of that, and I plan to keep going because it's fun. And yeah, and then also the other week, not last week, but the week before, I went to a badminton session because there's a badminton society at the university, and so myself and a couple of friends attended this session, and we played a bunch of badminton, and that was really fun. And we all, I think, would like to go again, so hopefully we can get that done as well, because that was a lot of fun. And I was surprisingly not, well, I was pretty good. Well, I say I was pretty good, but I don't actually know what I'm doing when it comes to badminton. I don't really know what the rules are. I think I only looked good because the people I was playing with were not that good. I was hesitant to say that, but it's true. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And I was, yeah, like I was going to say, surprisingly competitive as well. But it was a good time. So hopefully we can do that again soon. the last time we went, the society wasn't like fully formed yet, so there wasn't like a membership fee. But they recently, like the other day, have like kind of finalized that process, and now there is a membership fee. So if we want to go again, we do have to pay, but it was a lot of fun, so I'm considering it. But yeah, I've been doing a bunch of exercise, keeping really active, so I'm proud of myself for that. I mean, just last week alone, I think I walked like 130,000 steps, which is crazy. 30,000 of those was on Monday. Yeah, I don't really know what I did on that day, but it was a lot, apparently. I was all over the place. Um, so yeah, that's one aspect that I'm pretty happy about. Um, Related to that, food-wise, I feel like my diet has been pretty good. I've been doing my best to maintain 3 meals a day, and often it's actually been more than that because I've found myself feeling hungrier, which I think is a good thing because that means my body is craving more like sustenance. Um, I guess because I'm doing so much exercise and stuff, it just wants more fuel, and so I find myself just eating more and more. And I can't lie, it's um, I'm starting to realize why like people who work out regularly complain about the price of food, because food is expensive, and the more food you need, the more you have to pay, obviously. And I'm finding myself needing to buy more and more food because I get hungry more often and I want more food, and it's this vicious cycle, and it's resulting in me not having that much money left over for anything else. But I'm working on it. I'll figure something out. Still, happy that this is happening at all, because back when I was at home, I definitely did not eat 3 meals a day. I would often only have two, sometimes just one meal a day, which isn't good enough. You need more than that to keep you going. But interestingly, I'm finding that the people that I, like my peers, the people on my course, a lot of them don't have very good eating habits. I thought I was bad when I was at home, but these people do not eat 3 meals a day. Most of them don't even have breakfast. They sustain themselves by drinking caffeine and eating things that aren't necessarily good for you. I'm not judging them, obviously, but I'm just saying I have found myself in one of the better positions when it comes to my diet, it would seem. And I just thought that was an interesting development, considering my past with my food. So, yeah. But that's also going well. I'm also diversifying my diet as well. So I'm eating things that I wouldn't normally eat. I'm trying new foods, and I don't feel I feel like I'm kind of growing out of the picky eater person that I used to be. I mean, as an example, last week, I think, I ate eggs for the first time in 15 years or something. I remember I have one memory of trying eggs when I was a kid, and I just remember not liking them. But the other week, I bought eggs. I was like, I'm gonna make something with eggs. And so I did. I just made a simple omelette, and it was actually fine. I liked it, and so I keep eating eggs now, which is another good, um, another good thing to add to my diet if I'm exercising regularly. So happy with that. Trying new things, trying to stay healthy. So yeah. Oh man. What else? What else have I done? Well, I mean, I've done many things, but what's an interesting thing to talk about? Okay, I have something. And this is going to take maybe some explaining. Thanks to a friend, I have unironically, I think it started out ironically, but it's since become unironic and somewhat of a mild interest, and that is F1, Formula One racing. I'm interested in Formula One racing now, which was not something that I expected to happen. Although, I'm not too surprised, because my father is into, or at least he was when I was younger, was into motorcycle racing. I don't know what it's called. Like Moto GP. That rings a bell. Basically F1, but for motorbikes, right? And so I ended up watching a lot of that as a kid because my dad was watching it. And F1 isn't that far from that, it's motorsport racing. So, yeah, F1. I have been fortunate enough to spend time with certain friends who, well, including the friend that started all of this, there's like a couple of us, like a small group of us, who have all kind of become interested in F1. And the occasions, or some of the occasions that I have been able to go around to their place and watch. There's a show on Netflix called Drive to Survive, and it's all about F1. And so I've watched a couple of episodes at their place, and that's kind of what started it all. Since then, I've followed a bunch of F1 pages on Instagram. I've purchased F1 trading cards, which I unironically, well, it was like a half joke. I was half joking when I did it, but I recorded an unboxing video. I unboxed these trading cards on video and uploaded it to YouTube on a different channel. I made a whole channel just for that, because I couldn't send it through WhatsApp or Instagram because the file size was too big. So I literally made a YouTube channel. I may or may not link it in the description of this video so you can go and check it out. Again, it's like half joking, half serious, but it was fun. And the people that I sent it to, or told them about it, they found it entertaining. So that's all that matters to me, really. As long as they liked it, I'm happy. But yeah, F1. I think there's an F1 event happening next year at Silverstone. I would love to go, but I think the tickets are way too expensive. I mean, I haven't actually looked, but I already know they're going to be expensive. And I don't really have that much money, unfortunately. I wish I did. Actually, speaking of money, I have been looking for jobs for a while now, for a few weeks, because I really want money, and I really need money in order to keep going, and a job is the only way to do that. And actually, that's something that I can't be too proud just yet because I don't actually have a job, but I'm proud of myself for looking for a job. Because again, back at home, well, initially I wasn't able to work. I was deemed unfit for work by my doctor due to severe anxiety and depression, whatnot. And that lasted for quite a few years. And even up until the time where I was thinking about going to university, I still wasn't thinking about getting a job. Because the way I saw it was, well, I have to do something with my life eventually, right? So I can either get a job, which I don't feel necessarily that comfortable doing, or I could go to university. And, well, you already know which option I went with. But now that I'm here, and since arriving here, my confidence has skyrocketed. I feel like a completely different person than I used to be. I feel ready for a job. I feel, and it's not even just feeling ready for it. It's also somewhat of a necessity because I'm at university, because student life is not easy, and the only money I'm receiving is from my mother. It would really help kind of everyone if I got myself a job, which is exactly why I'm doing it. So yeah, I've been searching and applying for jobs almost every day. Unfortunately, due to my lack of experience and qualifications, no one yet has accepted me. There's not really much I can add to my CV/resume, whatever you want to call it, because I don't have, I haven't done anything since high school, right? So it's a bit hard. I think I'm going to struggle finding a job unless someone takes pity on me. But I have been looking, and so that's something. And I just hope that someone gives me a chance, because at this point, I will take anything, really. I'm not too picky when it comes to a job, because I just want the money. I need the money to survive. So, yeah, that's been going on as well. And I suppose another reason for wanting a job, this is more of an immediate and contextual reason, but Christmas is coming up, and I really want to buy my friends Christmas presents, but I don't have the money for it. So it's a bit of a struggle to find things that are within my budget. And also, I want to buy things for like 7 different people. So I don't know. It's hard, but that's also not even including my family, like my mum, and my mum's birthday is literally next week, and I don't have the money to buy her anything. She's the one giving me money, so it would feel wrong to just buy her a gift using her own money. And then, yeah, my Christmas is coming up. So my sister would probably appreciate something. It would be nice if I got something for Luna, although, she's a dog. She doesn't necessarily need anything, but it's... No, I'm gonna get her something regardless. It doesn't matter. So yeah, that's kind of like the dilemma I'm in at the moment. But getting through it, surviving barely. But yeah. Man, it's been a slightly long day. I mean, Mondays for me are the longest days, university-wise. But also, I woke up extra early this morning. I went into university earlier than I usually do because I went to go see a friend. And then after university was finished, I met up with some friends who I have never seen in person before. Now this is exciting. So basically, I have a couple of friends. I've talked about these friends before. These are the friends that got married earlier this year. They got married because they needed basically, well, I don't know if I fully understood the situation, but I'm going to try my best. Basically, one of them is British, one of them is American. The British one wanted to move and live in America, but in order to do that, they needed a green card. And to get a green card, they had to get married. And so they got married. And now they both live in the States. But they have come back to the UK for a very short amount of time to go to, I think, a friend's wedding. And while they were here, they travelled up. Well, no, they're still here in the UK, but like they're not here in York anymore. They travelled up here to see me specifically, and that was today. And it's the first time meeting them in person. I've known these friends for many years now. One of them, I would say it's like been 5, 6 years. The other one maybe 4, 5 years, something like that. So I've known them both for a while, but first time meeting. And I was excited, but I was also nervous. But there was no awkwardness or anything. We just kind of just fell into a natural conversation, and we talked about a bunch of different stuff. We went out for a meal together, and then we wandered around the Christmas market, which is currently running in the city centre. And yeah, we just had a chat about different things. Caught up with each other's lives, and yeah, it was quite nice. It was pleasant. It was a pleasant evening. So yeah, it's been a busy day for me. And then after I came home, I did laundry. I listened to an artist, or I guess a band, that another friend of mine listens to. She hasn't actually spoken about it, but I've noticed that sometimes she wears a bag that has the band's name on it, and I was curious about it, so I googled it. I was like, oh, it's a band. I just thought it was like, well, I didn't know what I thought it was, but I didn't think it was a band. So I googled the name that was on the bag that she was wearing. Turns out it was a band, and so I've spent like 2 hours this evening listening to music from said band. And yeah, I liked it. I liked their music. It reminds me a lot of the music that my dad used to listen to. I have no idea if he still does, But when I was younger, he would often listen to like rock, heavy metal, sort of that sort of music. And that's kind of what this band is as well. So it wasn't like offensive to my ears or anything. Like some people, I imagine how they would react to it, because it's kind of similar to what I've heard before. But yeah, and then I've kind of just sat here in this chair doing not much at all. A more productive use of my evening would have been to do my Korean homework, because I have Korean tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, there's still time, I suppose. But yeah, and that's kind of been my day. I can't think of much else that's happened, like significant stuff that's happened since I last recorded a video. I mean, there's been some more drama, but when isn't there, apparently? Yeah, that's probably about it, to be honest. Um, I feel like I spend more time on Instagram than I do YouTube nowadays, and I do regularly upload things to my Instagram profile, and like my story and stuff. So I'm just thinking if maybe that's a slightly better way to kind of stay up to date with me at the moment until I get my shit together. But yeah, just putting that out there. I'm probably gonna call it here for now, I think. Maybe I'll try and get this homework done, and then yeah, probably go to bed because I'm tired. But I appreciate anyone taking the time out of their day to listen about my day / week / 3 weeks. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks again for listening. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're looking after yourselves. I'm certainly trying to look after myself. So you can, I don't know. I don't know what you can do with that information, but it's there. You're welcome. Yeah. Until next time, whenever that will be. Ideally next week at some point, but we'll see. Yeah. A good night. Oh, that's awkward. I tried to stop it and didn't stop. Okay, bye.